Hi, my name is Brenda Huey Rosas, and I am going to be your trainer today for Champion Digital. I know we couldn't meet together, so I just wanted to tell you how it could work and how you can get your setup going and how you can use Champion Digital in your classrooms. So Champion Digital is going to be mainly for your 6th through 12th graders. I do want to be clear that you have already set up a roster with us by filling out the language ladder questionnaire. So here you will see your roster that we have set up. I will be emailing this to you as well. However, there are a lot of classes here. I'm not sure what they stand for. I want to be clear again, this is for 6th through 12th grade. Generally, when we set up the classes, I like to have them grouped by level. So that way, when you assign an assignment, you're assigning it to a specific level. Therefore, if your group has mixed levels or something, it's okay to just call it like group A, group B, group red, group blue, whatever your levels are. But once you figure out what that is, you can then fill in this class right here. I think you do have a lot of different classes for the 30 students. So you may want to look at that. We can discuss by email if you want to separate them out a little bit more into larger groups just by level. And then we do need to have you fill in the last name and first name. I will put these in green color so you remember to fill them out. That will help us import your students. As soon as you email that back to us, give us a day or two because I know you're on a different time zone. You could then have us input that and your courses will be ready. The students and teachers will have usernames and passwords here in column A and B. Those are what you will use to log in. All right. I'm going to show you Champion Digital, kind of how to navigate it. I'm also going to send you a link to a PD for Champion in general. That's a little bit more paper-based, just so if you want more clarity, you can look at that as well. All right, so you are going to go to language-ladder.com, language-ladder.com, and you are going to click on login. When you log in, you're going to put in your username and password. I'm just going to put mine just for the time being here. In Champion, you are going to have access to two colors, red and blue. Red color is going to be your level 1s and your level 2. So students who have some English already will start in level 1, and then of course your level 2s. If this is too difficult, you have something called Frames for Fluency that can be used with secondary students to give them that foundational language to get them started. All right, when you click on red, you have this block icon here that will allow you to see the different pieces a little bit more clearly. You have a reader, which is like a textbook, a writer, which is like a workbook, a tester, which is like a compilation of tests. You're also then going to have a Champion library. A Champion library is going to give students a snapshot into a specific person or a specific culture. All right, let's look together at the reader. The reader is going to be the textbook. Your first chapter is going to be school days. When you click on start, you'll see here, you'll have audio for every file, every reading. Teachers and students will have access to this. You'll also then have a TV icon that you can click on. You could then click to see the different definitions of the words. I love the marker because you can always do nouns. This chapter focuses on nouns, prepositions, as well as adjectives. So in Champion, you are focusing on reading, writing, listening, and speaking. You are also doing grammar, form, and function within each chapter. You are going to then do adjectives. So I could say like warm is an adjective. What does it describe? Morning. Prepositions as well. So you can use these markers to show students the grammatical parts of speech, or you can discuss it with your students and have them do it on their own. They can save and exit this as a reading and turn it back into you. We are going to look at how to talk about a reading. Hide area allows you to cover all of this. Focus just on the title, the author, maybe vocab, and then prediction. Stand area is like one sentence. Maybe you want to stand the area and just talk about that, the word warm, September, and morning. Again, if this is too difficult for your students, Frames for Fluency is something that you can focus on as well. These sticky notes will allow you to take notes, so you can, have students take notes, put it in their native language, or you can annotate for them here. When you go to the next page, you are going to see the next part of the reading as well as comprehension checks. Okay, every reading has a comprehension check. You can drop a sticky note down and have them do it, or you could always just have them, put it on a Google Doc or a piece of paper to turn in. That's up to you. Our next reading is going to be something a little bit more comic based. And then informational text, good notes, good grades. Okay, that is chapter 1, the textbook, the reading. However, the writer is structured in a little bit more of a word-based start point, so it is a little bit easier at the beginning. You are going to see here objects. Students are able to type in this. Let me spell mouse wrong and call this a door. Oops. I could then check to see how I did. Oh, I need to do those again. And then the percentage, okay? You could have them redo it as many times as you want. Word-based, yes or no, object-based. This is a sentence frame. Adjectives. Prepositions. All right, good notes, good grades. That reading, that informational text, you can have them listen to the audio and fill in the blanks with the words they hear. Remember the Champion Library. This one for chapter 1 is going to be Martin Luther King Jr. They are going to read the book and then discuss, did they like the book? No, they did not like the book, and put in the scripting. A book report, a little bit easier for the students. Information about the book, sequencing, opinion. More information about the book. Okay. Next, we are going to go look at the test. The test, you can just assign them to take it as well. This is called the tester. Students are able to just take it on their own. And there is one section, though, that you will have to do with them. But here you'll see objects. They choose the word. Adjectives, they'll type in the word. Nouns, person, place, or thing. This is a sentence frame. Here's audio. You'll click on it. Oh, sorry, they'll click on it and then they'll choose the correct object. They'll choose the correct preposition or adjective. And lastly, correct and incorrect. So this is important because with listening and speaking, you are going to have a one-on-one exchange with them. If you are virtual, maybe you have them take their tests on their own and then you just meet with them one-on-one, you will click on the correct or incorrect on their test, or they can click on it, and then the test will auto grade. Lastly, we are going to look at the library. The library is the reading, Martin Luther King Jr. Same idea, it's going to have a reading with all your audio as well as the TV icon thing with the different things that you can do to annotate. So where do you start your students? I always recommend that there's probably 2 good starting points when you have a 6th through 12th grade group. We do have 3 different starting points, but if your classes are mixed level, you may want to just choose 2. But definitely chapter 1 is going to be for your level 1s. Chapter 9 in red is going to be your level 2s. That's going to be Let's Eat, the food chapter. So if you did have 2 groups, you could have a chapter 1 group, a chapter 9 group. Okay. This is that reading. In this chapter, they learn future tense. They're going to learn who, what, where, when, why, pull it out to write a summary. They're going to do future tense, countable, uncountable nouns. This is really where your level 2s could start. Level 3s and 4s, you're going to put them in blue. You're going to click on my content and go to blue. That's going to be chapter 17. Here you'll see what is English. more text complexity, vocabulary, longer readings, they're going to definitely be challenged a lot more, okay? And of course, you have all of your worksheets, writer, tester, etc. I do want to show you that there is a teacher guide. You should have that on paper. It was sent to you. One chapter. So remember, school days, that chapter is 23 50-minute class periods, 50. So maybe it's one whole month of teaching. It depends how long you guys are teaching there. But the idea is that each reading, my first day of school reading, has one lesson. One lesson could be 7 days or 7, different class periods. So the idea is there's a lot here for you in the teacher guide, scripting, everything is here. There will be some times where it will say, go to reader page blank. That's your reader textbook. Go to go to the dictionary. The dictionary is already embedded in the portal, so you don't have any physical dictionaries. But it might say show guide something, show concept picture something, show the writer. So as long as you can find the materials, you'll be good to go just following the scripting here for you. Please do not feel like you have to plan all the lessons at the same time. So for example, warm-up is 2 class periods. Just prepare the warm-up, teach the warm-up. The next time you're ready, prepare connect, 3 class periods, then extend. So it might feel overwhelming if you read the whole thing. So I recommend you break it up into smaller chunks, okay? So if you need to find some things that you're not familiar with, like it says guide or concept picture, that's when you'll go into your color. So red, let's call it. And then you'll go all the way down here to chapter 16. Below that, there's something called learning tools. You'll have red guides, concept pictures, okay, champion nouns, verbs. You'll then have some teacher tools, placement tests. If you don't already have levels, you may want to use a placement test. There's some rubrics here and all your appendices are here as well. There is a lot in Champion, a lot of reading you can do. So a lot of it is just take it slow, take it step by step and kind of, match it up with the test, the teacher's guide to here. Now, if you can't find anything, please reach out. I can just send you some screenshots. There is My School and assignments. Assignments is where your students will go. So every time your students log in with those usernames and passwords in the roster, you will have the assignments here. How do you create an assignment? You're going to create the assignment with that button. You could call it reading first day of school 1, right? You can give them some notes or extra information if you'd like, but then click on resources. Source will then go to collections. Collection, then you click red level because that's what you're teaching, right? And let's say I want the first day of school reading. I'm going to drag and drop. Do you see this? Reader, dragging and dropping. Choose fragments, unselect. I'm just going to choose page 4 and 5 because I know that's the reading. Now, assignees. This is where I was trying to be a little bit more clear about the roster. You have a lot of classes, it looks like. You may just want to group students by chapter 1, chapter 9, and then blue. So maybe 3 levels or 3 starting points, level 1, level 2, level 3. I don't know. You can email me back if you have some questions about that. But here, you could just click the whole class to assign that one reading to. Maybe it's my ELD 1 class only. So I'll just click only ELD 1. When you're done with that, you're going to click options. You can close different assignments on different days, but this gets a little messy if you aren't teaching exactly on that day that you planned. So I recommend leaving it blank and just click the button here, create. Once you do that, you then will have it send you an email when it's done. I like to just reset the page by going out to my content, going back into assignments, and you'll see here, reading first day of school number 1. And that's it. To grade their work or see their work, do you see this details button? It's like a camera zooming in. So you'll click on that. You'll then see the different students. Click on details. Zooming in again. If I wanted to see that exact lesson, what that exact student did, I can click on preview lesson. If I wasn't satisfied with how they did, I could click mark as ongoing again. if I wanted to say, okay, it's perfect, it's good, mark as completed, okay? And that's pretty much all you have to do. So all your assignments will be listed here. All your students will be listed in My School. If you ever wanted to see how a specific student's doing, there are 3 buttons here. You can then click on one of these to see all their assignments. And again, details will help you zoom in on that. Okay. If you get your accounts and you want to get started and you start looking around and you have some questions, I am always here. I know our time zones are a little bit different, but I will reply to you and make sure you are going okay. Well, it's great meeting you, even though I didn't get to really meet you. My name is Brenda again, and I'll be here for any help with your different curriculum. So Champion, I'm going to make a video for hands-on English as well, and I'm going to send you some pre-made videos for Carousel and Frames, as well as the Champion paper. Have a great day. Bye.